How much did you pay to the EMS chief for funding?
Give me a sec. $1.87.
1.87. Okay. Cause some shit has come up, so I'm gonna have to write a writ. On the chief of EMS. So I just need to know how much was paid by you, just in case.
Yep, it's 1.870. She's got a full receipt here. It's going to be 200,000 for instructor bonuses, 800,000 for the mass cash incidents, 100K in miscellaneous bonuses, and then food contract was 420,000, fleet maintenance 350,000. So yeah, so she's got a full budget breakdown and everything.
Okay. I was like, could you send that to me as well?
Yes.
Because she's never told me about their budget. At all.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is pretty normal, I would say. The EMS is very similar to PD has been often getting it.
Because like normally like I would like pay out bonuses and like because I asked Phoebe like if there's anything that you guys need like bonuses, food, like let me know, and she never let me know. And then I found out she was asking for stuff like this. So
she's not the first. Keep in mind, like we've been traditionally paying for services down in the county, like the helicopter, the EMS, vans, etc., etc. Prior to the used to go through Veronica.
Yeah, that's because an incident has occurred where
wait, why don't I see her name?
Are looking into it, but I am also writing up a writ because she has done something that.
Can you text me? I'm like
yes,
oddly can't find your number. I wonder if it like deleted. Am I drunk? Where's her name? Oh my god, I was doing PERRY for some reason. But then I searched, and then I did Watson with 1 T, so double cooked.
Yep. So we are going to be impeaching her. Because
this is over the ADMC, not ADMC helicopter.
Oh, you know about it.
Perry, I know everything.
I found out this morning.
I'm gonna keep it to myself, just to be clear here. Like,
no, that's why that's why I want to talk to you privately, because as much as I love Princess, I am not telling Princess because she has a loud mouth.
I baited her a couple days ago. Not baited, that's the wrong word. I've known this for a minute, right? You tell her, it goes all around. In fact, it can be a very useful tool when needing to spread things. But I told her something that was sensitive, that I told her in the guise of, we're both mayors, keep it to yourself. This is about the situation where Pursuit Team was getting money for the DOJ, which is...
What?
Oh yeah, they were requesting $5 million times a dollar, 500 million at a time from the DOJ, and I'm like, huh? Like,
wait, what?
Wait, you didn't know about this?
No.
Yeah, so like, I don't know how much the total payouts have been, but I noticed it. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I had to explain, and everything's solved now, but I had to explain why the DOJ as a entity paying law enforcement other people's shit is inherently corrupt, right? Like by fundamentally. Now, it doesn't mean that the intention is bad. It's that it breaks a neutrality. It breaks there's a conflict of interest.
There's a conflict of interest if something comes to court about that as well.
Yes, exactly. And and it takes away the autonomy of the mayors. It doesn't make any sense, right? It's like if the DOJ started saying like, oh, we're going to start buying people houses, right? Or we're going to start giving money to businesses, right? It naturally doesn't make any sense. Did I say 500 million? It's 5 million. 5 million.
5 million. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's still a lot. It's still a lot. But...
Yeah. But that was just a couple weeks ago, but they've been doing it for a minute. And it makes it worse and gross to me that law enforcement didn't recognize how that's fucked up. Like, there's a lot of oddities, to be honest. But regardless, that's been resolved. But I told her this in confidence because I know she's had budget issues. Number one, it's a problem for her and me. Well, for her, probably more, because my chief is great, right? I don't know how McNulty's been doing, but like, it also, whatever. So I told her this. I said, I'm cooking. Don't tell anybody. I don't know what it's going to turn into. And this dumb fuck goes around and tells like, God knows how many people, to the point where one of the pursuit guys ended up calling the justice. So she cannot be told anything sensitive.
Oh my God.
It's insane. Yeah, it really is. Like, you can't even be like, very clearly, do not tell anybody, right? She'll do it anyways. So like, what are you supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? So
yeah,
she saw it as like,
you
know what it turned into? It turned in. Here, come on, mate. We can use just in case anyone's like listening from the hallways. You know what it turned into? Like, I want you to understand from my perspective. I'm going to like another mayor. I'm like, here's something that affects you and me. Keep it under wraps, as I'm knee deep in what could turn into a civil matter, right? Or a lawsuit or whatever. She goes and yaps about it. Completely fucking, it could have fucked me over. Now, and that's why I told her the way that I did. I went as far as saying that I even told her I'm going to repossess the pursuit vehicles and sell them back to the PD to recoup the money. And that was the bait, right? And let's just say it got around real quick.
That got around real quick then.
Yeah, it really did. And myself and Sean kind of timed it all. And it's unfortunate, really, because it turned into her using that as a talking point to try to convince me that if the DOJ did that, then why can't they just start paying us or paying her money because they've got so much? And I'm just like, I'm just sitting there like, hand to fucking forehead, like, you know, these aren't just numbers in a bank account, that the money has meaning, that if people are just like, I don't know, it's hard to comprehend, I guess. But
yeah, it's like not something that they can just like hand out. Like it's not like a empty, like a tank that's like always full. It's going to empty at some point. You can't just keep asking for handouts in a way.
Handouts, or like, you know, and there's ways to do it, right? Like that's why we did the whole thing with the marshals, right? We all had to sign off on it, so there was no because if these things, I don't know, but it eventually turned into her trying to convince me to sign off on her idea to hit up the governor to either demand construction or that they change the percentage breakdowns to match the PD and the amount of money coming in. And I'm just like, bro, why are you using the nuclear option?
Yeah, don't go nuclear. You try and work out a reasonable solution first before you go nuclear. Like,
and those things exist, right? Like those options exist. I think at the end of it, yes, I'd be cautious. It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't like this, but like, you know, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you know,
yeah.
So
That's why I'm not telling her about this, because if it gets out that literally it is the entirety of the EMS command who are wanting this right now, because they all heard
It
about it, including Veronica, and she
it
is not happy.
it has. I mean, it can result in yeah, I don't even know. Like, I mean, it's throw the whole thing away. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's not my thing. Like, this isn't my business, right? Which is why professionally, I'm not going to tell anybody, right?
Mhm.
Because if I go and do that, now all of a sudden, regardless of whether she's in the wrong, right or wrong, I'm not going to pass judgment, right? You're not going to have a fair trial. She's not going to have a fair trial.
Yep.
You know?
That's why I'm putting the writ on there, because she's the only one who has access to the EMS funds right now. And I don't want her freaking out and then either going nuclear and then firing the EMS who basically are wanting to go against her, and also removing all that money that you've put in. That is what I'm worried about.
That is understandable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit.
Yep.
That's too
What's
bad.
funny is her deputy chief was literally going like she does have like bad judgment, but then like she's what we needed, and then this occurred, and I was like, I warned you, but I respected EMS's decision, and they're like, yeah, can you please like they went to the marshals and everything, so marshals are looking into it, and I'm gonna be the one putting in the what's it called, the impeachment, so that it's not going to cost them 250, because if it comes from me, it's going to be just 50.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
because I also have a lot of other stuff that has been given to me from PD, so I'm going to be writing that down too. Yeah. She's butted head with LSPD one too many times.
Well, I wish you all the best at Perry. And if you need any help, please do let me know.
I will do.
All right.
Just if she tries to request any more money, just do not send it her way, please. Because
I cannot. Here's the thing, though, Perry. I can't deny her.
Not deny, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because here's the thing is that I am responsible for providing funds to medical services, just as I am with PD and stuff. So, like, if she does request it and it is like, you know, done properly, I have. If
you have to do it, then I understand it from that point. But I'll make sure that the writ is in place. So.
Oh yeah, if there is a writ there, yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Putting in place straight away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't want her to like, because that's the thing that the EMS are worried about right now. Because it's all her high command and command that are worried right now that they're going to get fired.
Where does the board of directors fit into this? Because
EMS. So EMS and doctors are in their own two umbrellas. So.
But aren't they both under the board of directors?
Nope.
Wait, who does EMS respond to?
The chief of EMS is the highest. But as she likes to state, I'm my own boss. But that's not
true.
It's not true. That's why I'm putting my foot down right now.
Wait, are you saying the board of directors is not her boss?
The board of directors is not her boss. The board of directors is the boss of the doctors.
Then that means you're her boss.
Mm-hmm.
So,
sense, yes.
I personally think that the impeachment isn't the move, is that you should decide to suspend her then, or whatever you decide.
That's why I'm writing the writ, is to try and, in a way, basically
I want to be transparent here. I actually get along with Vivi, right? So this is not her replace her with someone else. This is purely like from a very administrative, strategic perspective, is that if you're telling me that their legislative authorities run the government, right? Mm-hmm. There is no such thing as someone doesn't have a boss. That's not a thing. Constitutional, fundamentally, right? Unless it's a private organization, which EMS isn't. And as such, I personally would, in your position, go and suspend her for 24 hours with a written notice. And the reason I would do that strategically is because that and her action is evidence of the lack of authority that is being shown to what your role truly is. And if what and if it's not you, it's the board. Because once like going to the Constitution here, because I don't really buy this whole like board of directors is the whatever yada because it hasn't been properly challenged. Is like the medical authority they elected to oversee the medical authority representing the interests of all medical factions, including alongside their respective. Like I would challenge that by saying I am the authority, you are suspended, right? And that if that isn't adhered to, you command someone to do it and let the courts and possibly the state officials provide a resolution. Because otherwise you're like, in my opinion, the impeachment is something that you do when it cannot be resolved in any other way. And it from my POV, it's this, like I'm looking beyond just this Vivi thing, is like, that thing needs clarity, right?
Yeah. That's why I was trying to rewrite that bit of the Constitution as well. Which one of the free options which I have is me rewriting the entirety of the doctors and stuff. But
Senator shall adhere to the medical established the legislative crafted by a medical professional. Currently active medical professional will be publicly elected to oversee the medical authority, the operation of the medical authority representing the interests of all medical factions and working alongside their respective high command. The authority will be formed consisting solely of others. Currently, who is board considered high command?
Board is the high command of the hospital, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like this whole board shit and whatever is literally just make-believe land, and like no one's challenged it. I'm gonna be honest. That's a sense I've gotten from beginning to end. I wish to God I had fucking asked the governor when he was here, because unfortunately medical gets like on the gets like backburnered with all the other stuff. But like I think we just need to know like what the fuck is up and down, because I feel like this whole thing has existed over like I don't. It could be the board. It could be a lie. I don't know any different, right?
Like, because like within the hospital, like my rank, I'm attending, which is command. Well, that's the highest rank we have on duty. When the board is not around, it's literally we're the ones everyone goes to with problems.
I'm gonna be real. You know what you should do? I would write a letter of suspension pending investigation and see what the reaction is. Number 2, I would order the whatever. Yep. Separately, as a consequence of what transpired, I would write a letter to the state officials and put it on City Hall. Say, I'm serious. Like, they like literally, here's the situation. Who is whose authority? And let them come back and let us know. Like, I feel like that actually is well within reason, because we have confusion here. We don't know who it is. I mean, quite frankly, like, I don't even think anyone, I feel like more people in general, I think there's less care about who's the boss, but rather knowing who is the boss, like, is the problem.
Yep. That's
who is, not even who's the boss, who's the responsible party, right?
Yeah, who's the responsibility go to? Who does it lie on?
I always have felt like it's obviously been Sama based on the writing of this. I think it's just been convoluted into trying to make it seem something else. I mean, unless there's like some state level reason this isn't the case, but I don't know. But anyways,
yeah, I'll try and write those things up and see what I can do.
Easy.
That might have to be intriguing to find out.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Like, I like Chief Vivi. Genevieve is great, in my opinion. I mean, there was some scuffle like months ago, but I don't think it's been that bad.